Today we are going to discuss about the interaction of spin with external magnetic field. So in the previous classes we will discuss about the spinning particles. So spinning particles means in the atom electrons as well as the nucleus will spin around their own axis. That is, electron will have the spin and the nucleons will also possess the spin value. So our aim is to know what is the nature of the spinning particles by the interaction of external magnetic field. So in order to explain this, let us consider the simplest atom called hydrogen. In the hydrogen we will have electron revolving around the nucleus. In the nucleus we will have only one proton. So that is, electron will possess the spin value 1/2. Nucleus, since nucleus is having one proton, it is also having the spin value, nuclear spin value plus 1/2. So in today's class we will discuss the electron spin with external magnetic field and the nuclear spin with external magnetic field. So this is our main study. So since the electron is revolving around the nucleus, the moving charged particle will generate the current. So this current is the charge flowing per unit time period, where E is the charge of an electron and T is time period for one revolution. So time period for one revolution of electron is distance travelled by that electron divided by velocity of that electron. Let us consider that this electron is moving with velocity v having mass m, which is at a distance r from the nucleus. So then this time period for one revolution is, for one revolution it should revolve around this nucleus. For complete one revolution, the distance travelled by the electron is 2 pi r. Let v be the velocity of an electron. So then the current is equal to E by 2 pi r divided by v, that is I is equal to EV by 2 pi r. So this moving charged particle will constitute a current, and this negatively charged particle and the positively charged nucleus are separated by a constant distance. So that means they will constitute a dipole. So this dipole moment can be represented for the electron. Mu E is the dipole moment of an electron, which is the product of current carried out that by electron multiplied by area of the given orbit. So what is the current generated by this electron? EV by 2 pi r, and area of this circle is pi r square. So pi get cancel, r get cancel. So the magnetic dipole moment of an electron is given by EVR by 2. We know that the ratio of orbital magnetic moment divided by orbital angular momentum can be calculated. So we have already calculated the magnetic dipole moment as EVR by 2. What is the orbital angular momentum of an electron? MVR. This VR get cancelled. We got E by 2m. E by 2m multiplied by some factor G. That is mu L by L is equal to G into E by 2m. So this E by 2m is called gyromagnetic ratio, and G is called the Landau splitting factor. So the ratio of orbital magnetic moment with that of orbital angular momentum is equal to G multiplied by E by 2m, where G is the Landau splitting factor. Its value is 1 for orbital motion, 2 for spin motion, and E by 2m is also called as gyromagnetic ratio. So this is the ratio of orbital magnetic moment of an electron with that of orbital angular momentum. Okay, that is mu L by L is equal to G E by 2m. So then what is the value of mu L? Mu L is equal to L G E by 2m. So where L is the orbital angular momentum. In quantum mechanics, every quantum number can be designated as root of L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi, right? So then mu L is equal to root of L into L plus 1 G E h by 4 pi m. So this G is Landau's splitting factor, where L is orbital angular momentum. This factor EH by 4 pi m is called Bohr magnetron of an electron, that is indicated with the letter beta E. Beta E is Bohr magnetron of an electron, which is EH by 4 pi m. So where E is the charge of an electron given by 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs, and the Planck's constant, what is the Planck's constant? 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joule second divided by 4 into 3.14, and here m is the mass of an electron. So the mass of an electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. So by substituting all these values, we will get the Bohr magnetron for this electron as 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 amperes meter square. So this is also called Bohr magnetron. So we have calculated the orbital angular momentum associated with that electron is root of L into L plus 1 G E h by 4 pi m, where G is the Landau splitting factor and E h by 4 pi m is the Bohr magnetron for this electron. So this is simply G beta E root of L into L plus 1. This is exclusively for electron. So electron's magnetic dipole moment is equal to G beta E root of L into L plus 1. Likewise, the nucleons will also possess some magnetic dipole moment. So the nuclear spin quantum number is represented with the letter I. So similarly, the magnetic dipole moment associated with the spin is mu I, can be written as G. This is Landau splitting factor. Here E h by 4 pi, instead of me we will replace with mass of proton. E h by 4 pi me root of, here L is for orbital angular momentum of an electron. So here it will be replaced with the quantum number, nuclear spin quantum number I. So this is also Bohr magnetron, that is Bohr magnetron for nucleon. So which is equal to E h by 4 pi mp. So where E is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs and the Planck's constant is 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14. The mass of the proton is simply 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. So the Bohr magnetron for electron and the Bohr magnetron for the nucleon are different. So here the Bohr magnetron for electron is 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 amp meter square, whereas for the nucleus this Bohr magnetron can be written as 5.05 into 10 power minus 27 ampere meter square. So these two terms, that is mu L is equal to G beta E root of L into L plus 1 is corresponding to electron magnetic dipole moment, whereas mu I is equal to G beta n root of I into I plus 1 is called the magnetic dipole moment for this nucleon. So right, so these are the magnetic dipole moments associated with the electron and the nucleus. So let us go how these magnetic dipole moments are interacting with the external magnetic fields. So then what we will do, we will place the atom in an external magnetic field. So remember these two values. The magnetic dipole moment of an electron is G beta E root of L into L plus 1. The magnetic dipole moment for the nucleon is G beta N root of I into I plus 1, where beta E is the Bohr magnetron for electron, which is given by 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 ampere meter square. So whereas for nucleon this Bohr magnetron is 5.05 into 10 power minus 27 ampere meter square. So let us go what happens when these atoms are placed in an external magnetic field. So let the hydrogen atom is placed in an external magnetic field. So this is the hydrogen atom having magnetic dipole moment for an electron mu e. This is the nucleon having the magnetic dipole moment mu n. So when it is placed in an external magnetic field, there is some interaction between this magnetic dipole moment of an electron and the magnetic dipole moment of the nucleus with the external magnetic field. So then the interaction energy delta E for electron. What is delta E? Delta E is the interaction energy for this electron and the external magnetic field, can be written as minus mu E dot Bz. This is the interaction energy. This interaction energy is having negative energy. Next, similarly, the nucleus will also possess some magnetic dipole moment. So there is some interaction between this nuclear magnetic dipole moment with the external magnetic field. This nuclear interaction energy can be written as minus mu n beta z. Interaction energy for electron. This is the interaction energy for nucleus. So then what is mu e? We have already calculated minus G beta E root of L into L plus 1 Bz. So what is the interaction energy for nucleus? Minus G beta N root of I into I plus 1 Bz. So let us divide these two interactions with the term H, that is delta E by H is equal to minus G beta E root of L into L plus 1 Bz divided by H. So whereas delta E n by H is equal to minus G beta n root of I into I plus 1 Bz divided by H. So what is delta E by H? So from Bohr's theory, we know that delta E is equal to H nu. Then what is the value of nu? Delta E by H. So from this we can calculate the frequency of the electron in the presence of external magnetic field. From this we will calculate the frequency of the spinning nucleus in the presence of external magnetic field. So these are the two main important formulas for the spinning of, this is the equation for spinning of electrons in the presence of external magnetic field. This equation represents the spinning of the particles such as nucleons in the presence of external magnetic field. So these two equations can be solved so that we can calculate what is the frequency of the emitted radiation. So right, so here what is delta E by H? Minus G beta E root of L into L plus 1 Bz by H. Let us suppose that this G is Landau splitting factor given by the value 2 and the external magnetic field is of the order of 0.34 Tesla. So we have already calculated the Bohr magnetron as 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 ampere meter square. So let this electron is in the first orbit, that is root of L into L plus 1. So let the electron is in S orbit, that is this equation will be equivalent to 1. So let us substitute Landau splitting factor as 2, external magnetic field strength is 0.34 Tesla and the Bohr magnetron for electron is 9.27 in 10 power minus 24 and root of L into L plus 1 value is, since in hydrogen atom its electronic configuration is 1s1, this value is equivalent to 1. Then delta E by H value is equal to the value of G is 2 multiplied by beta E. What is the value of beta E? 9.27 into 10 power minus 24 and this value is equal to 1. Bz value is 0.34 Tesla divided by H value. What is H value? 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. So let us simplify this equation roughly. So this 2 will goes 3 times, 3 in this equation 3 times. So this 3 multiplied by 0.3 nothing but 0.9. I will take this product as nearly 1. So I am only writing the nearest value. So that is 1. Let us write down the 10 power values. 10 power minus 24 into 10 power 34. So since this is the frequency, which are the units of hertz, so which is equivalent to nearly equal to 1 into 10 power 10 hertz. So in 10 power 6 hertz, the remaining 10 powers are 10 power 4 multiplied by 1, that is 10,000 into 10 power 6 hertz, that is 10,000 megahertz. So which is a radio wave frequency region. So when the spinning particle such as electron is placed in an external magnetic field strength of 0.34 Tesla with a Landau splitting factor 2, then the frequency of this spinning particle is 10,000 megahertz. That means this electron will spin with a frequency of 10,000 megahertz in the presence of external magnetic field. Right. Similarly, for the nucleons, delta Em by H, that is frequency, is equal to minus G beta n root of I into I plus 1 Bz by H. So if the Landau splitting factor is 5.585 and the external magnetic field strength is 2.3487 Tesla, then this equation mu becomes minus G values minus 5.585 and beta n is previously we have already calculated 5.05 into 10 power minus 24. Let us substitute the nuclear spin value for hydrogen In the nucleus we will have only one proton, that is root of 1 by 2 into 3 by 2, that is 3 by 4. Nearly its value is equal to 1. So Bz is 2.3487 Tesla divided by H value 6.625 into 10 power minus 34. Then the frequency of emitted radiation will be mu is equal to, let us cancel these two nearly equivalent terms. 5 into 2 is 10. So I am only calculating the rough calculation. 10 multiplied by 10 power 10 hertz. So in megahertz 5.05, 10 power minus 27. So this is 10 power minus 27 multiplied by 10 power 34. So 34, 27, 7. That is 10 into 10 power 7 hertz. So in megahertz this is 100 into 10 power 6 hertz, that is 100 megahertz. So which is also a radio wave frequency region. Right. The spin here, what is our heading? Interaction of spin with external magnetic field. The spinning electron in the presence of external magnetic field will spin with a frequency of 10,000 megahertz, which is in radio wave region. Similarly, the spinning nucleus in the presence of external magnetic field with an external magnetic field strength 2.3487, it spins with a frequency of 100 megahertz. That means, so we already know the resonance phenomenon. What is resonance phenomenon? When the natural frequency and the incident frequency are same, then this natural frequency is absorbed by this body and it will vibrate. Similarly, these two electrons and the nucleons are vibrating or oscillating with frequency, radio frequency. So when the radio wave made to incident on this atom in the presence of external magnetic field, if the magnetic field strength is, I am repeating again, so electron in the presence of external magnetic field 0.34 Tesla, it revolves with 10,000 megahertz frequency. Nucleons in the presence of 2.3487 Tesla, they will revolve with 100 megahertz frequency. So whenever the radio frequency is made to incident on this atom, when it is 0.34 Tesla, electrons are spinning. These radio waves are absorbed, gives rise to electron spin resonance. So when the atom is placed in 2.34 Tesla, nucleons will vibrate with the frequency of 100 megahertz. Then this radio wave frequency will be absorbed. This resonance is called NMR. So electron spin resonance means the absorption of radio waves by the spinning electrons at a magnetic field of 0.34 Tesla gives rise to electron spin resonance. What is NMR? Nucleons in the presence of external magnetic field 4 Tesla will absorb the radio wave. This resonance phenomenon is nuclear magnetic resonance phenomenon. These are the two important techniques we should know about the ESR and NMR. So this is the interaction of spin with external magnetic field.